I'm out at Weygandt Doty Preserve in rural Lincoln, and as you might be able to tell behind me, this is a working cattle ranch. You might be able to hear something too. Right on cue. I'm out here though, looking to see if I can find the elusive and extremely important ecosystem engineer, the beaver. Now, I was walking along, I'll show you the dam in a few minutes, but I was walking along and looking for the beaver lodge where the beavers live, and they hide and they raise their young inside of it, and they're able to enter underneath through the water to stay safe from predators. And I was looking in the middle of the ravine and I didn't find anything, probably because they made such a good aquatic habitat out there. But I almost stumbled upon what is a bank lodge. So this beaver lodge was built on the bank of this creek. So all these sticks were cut and put here by beavers, the little ecosystem engineers, making habitat for turtles and fish and birds and so many different creatures out here. So you can see that big pile of mud right there. They pile the sticks, and with their little front paws, they get arms full of mud and they throw it down there. Unlike what we learned in cartoons when we were kids, they don't use their big flappy tails to slap down the mud like we've seen in the cartoons. So I need to write a letter to, the cartoon folks and tell them that they need to correct those. Not really, not gonna do that. It's fun to watch, but they do use their tails for swimming. So they built up this beaver lodge, all of these sticks, and I will show you an example of what it looks like and why they chew these up. So this is a piece of probably willow, and you can see the teeth marks on the end right there that the beavers chew up there. They have very, very, very strong teeth that actually have iron in them. That's why their teeth are orange. But basically what they do is they like to chew on and eat the sugary middle of the cambium, and the middle I mean underneath the bark and outside of the main wood part. So that's what they chew, and they get nutrients from that. And then they take those leftover sticks and they pile them on top and make this amazing lodge. So somewhere down there are entryways and exitways, definitely more than one, under the water. I'm not gonna go on top of there. I'm not gonna disturb the beavers there. I'm sure they're listening to me right now. Good morning, beavers, nice to see you. Take a look right down there. What we're looking at is one of the beaver dams on Doty Ravine. And we'll take a closer look when we get up to it, because we can see behind that little dam is a nice pond. The ponds are usually 4 or 5 feet deep, creating that habitat. So I'm out at the dam I was talking about. So you can see right here, a bunch of sticks, a bunch of reeds, a bunch of mud's been packed down by those little beaver front paws, and making the dam as watertight as they possibly can. Beavers are really good at keeping their dams solid because they really detect the sounds of leaking water really easily. It's kind of like if someone tells me there's a chocolate chip cookie in the house, I will find that cookie. Beavers are the same with their trickling water. An example of this we experienced last week. We were out here, we were watering, we're getting a water system going for elderberry trees that we got planted out here as part of a mitigation project. We stepped on the dam there, we created a little leak, a little breach, so water is flowing through there. And I would say within 2 minutes, we heard a big boom, big splash behind us, and we all know that was a beaver checking out that leak. So again, like me and the cookie, the beavers will detect the leak. Pretty amazing, keeping this ecosystem going strong at Doty Ravine. So I came out here a little bit later to look for any potential beaver activity, and I saw a beaver. But then when I got home and put it on a bigger screen, turns out it was a muskrat, which is a native aquatic rodent in this area, and using the amazing habitat that these beavers create. And in the same pool, within about 10 seconds, I also saw a river otter. And when I was standing here quietly next to this beaver lodge, I heard the faint little whimpery sounds of baby beavers, little beaver kits. But I appreciate the beavers for what they do for the ecosystems and our wetlands, for the wildlife, for us. Thanks, beaver.